I want my emails to reach as many people as possible and for them to do the action that they want. That's what I think of accessibility as. So anything that encompasses getting them to see my email or interact with my email the way they want. So whether that's, like I said before, making sure that they work for screen readers, making sure they work for someone who only uses a keyboard to navigate, make sure that if they need the text creased in size, so that they can see it on their screen, make sure that it's responsive and relative throughout a design, and make sure the contrast is there so that if someone's colorblind or something like that, they can see it. But then also other things like on all of the email clients that it gets sent to, does it look right? Can you still read it? Can you still press the buttons? Or are all those links in the email working? That's a big part of accessibility as well. You don't want to send an email and then all the links are broken. No one can access anything you're doing then. So make sure your links work. And all of those design and code principles that make sure these things work is, I think, all enrolled into accessibility. And also user preferences as well. So kind of a user preference of, do I want the text bigger, or do I want the text smaller so I can read it? Or do I want animation turned off? Maybe animation makes me feel sick, or something like that. All of those elements, I think. So yeah, accessibility to me is making sure that 100% of the people that receive my email can do what they want to do with it. That's the way I looked at it. AMP wise, a lot of the features in AMP are already accessible by nature where they've been made with the group. So they're kind of, that's kind of covered already. But design wise, we look at like the minimum size of font, the gaps, the designs. So it's quite a big checklist. But it's a checklist that once you work with a team that knows the things, then it becomes really quick and just kind of ticks off as you go through. So because of the designers at Action Rocket are always working on email, they know the size they need, they know the contrast, they know what can and can't be done. So you kind of go through the checklist in your mind almost and go, yeah, the font size is big enough, or yeah, they've used something that's accessible, and that's cool. And then the same with all the things I've seen on Malmodo as well. They seem to be designed and created with accessibility and everything in mind already. So when you've got templates like that kind of already there, then that kind of cuts off half of your design, your accessibility checklist anyway. And the last thing is just send it to as many different people as you can and get them to have a look. And that's kind of our last step of sending a live test to the whole team, or sending it to I've got 6 mobile phones and 3 laptops in front of me to check how things work. Send it to all of them, click on every link, make sure everything works. And then that's the kind of final accessibility check for us.